Quick Crypto bringing you quick Casper news. Are you ready for the crypto and Casper explosion? According to a new Bank of America survey, crypto adoption is about to explode as 75%, 3 out of 4 people, have zero exposure to crypto. That's insane. And those with exposure, by the way, most still have less than 5% of their wealth allocated to crypto. This here is a testament, once again, to just how early we still are. And better still, we are on the cusp of a $72 trillion wealth transfer. One that I personally believe, not financial advice of course, but I believe Casper will be tapping into. And to learn more about my reason for why and what, and to level up your Casper and crypto knowledge, come join my free Discord community. Links down below in the description. Now, if you look at the market chart right now, we can see that Bitcoin has started to make a small recovery, which is very fortunate news, because Casper is now currently valued at 7.96 cents, but is rallying with Bitcoin, now currently up 1.72% on the daily time frame. Now, typically right here, I'd expect Casper to repeat history. What I mean by that is, if we look back to Liberation Day, mid-April, and equally July time as well, we saw Casper spend an extended period of time consolidating below this 8 cents level. 8 cents evidently is a very, very strong level of resistance and support for Casper. And I would normally expect, with so much uncertainty still in the markets, with Bitcoin not really knowing which direction to go right now, I'd expect Casper to most likely follow and repeat the same outcome. However, by the end of this week, Casplex's mainnet, their ZK EVM smart contract, should be publicly released. And this, in my belief, will likely drive a bit of FOMO into Casper's price. I don't anticipate it will be a massive god candle by any means. I don't expect that, but at the very least, it should be enough to let Casper push above 8 cents, probably towards 8.59 cents off the back of the release. And then Casper's price will fully depend on the successful nature of the Casplex smart contracts and the developments that should follow that soon, like stablecoin adoption with USDC and USDT to Casplex and Casper. And we can see from this post, the executive vice president of the KEF, Johnny here, had made an announcement responding to the post about the potential time for smart contracts this month with 3 numbers, 25, 26, and 27. So either we will see smart contracts tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. Now, considering that the Casplex team hasn't made an official announcement yet, and the fact that the cas.live website by Casper has not shown a 24-hour countdown just yet, I'd imagine it won't be tomorrow, Thursday. So it'll probably be either Friday or Saturday we see the relaunch of the Casplex smart contracts. So that's a very big deal. Looking forward to that, honestly. And this, at the same time, should be your last warning, effectively. Also, something to keep closely in mind is that if you do want to participate on the Casplex mainnet, which I understand if you wanted to, you should do this with any layer 2, not just Casplex, any layer 2. Be very careful where you connect your wallets, your money. You should always create a brand new wallet which has the sole purpose of connecting to that layer 2, and only put money in there that you intend to use. Do not connect your main wallet, because who knows what could end up happening. Now, to no surprise, despite the imminent launch of the Casplex mainnet, Shai has been raising his concerns with the incoming launch about how little transparency there is and the lack of documentation and communication, which is not news. We know Shai does not get along with Casplex and is very opinionated, and I don't have a problem with Shai in that regard. And truth be told, his concerns may be justified, but we don't know. So if you are feeling a little weary, a little uncertain, just play the wait and see approach. Wait on the sidelines, watch from the sidelines until you feel more confident to jump on board Casplex. But in saying that, due to there being a so-called lack of documentation, while there is still not enough out just yet, Casplex has just released a Docker-based deployment for the EVM Layer 2 testnet nodes, which is reassuring. Bit by bit, they are providing some more transparency. And this actually is a very big deal, as it takes a complex multi-step process and automates it with tools like Docker Compose. So in essence, Casplex has released a simple, secure, and automated way for anyone to set up a testnet node, which should make builders a lot happier, of course. Casplex smart contracts are almost here. The final countdown is imminent. And it's crazy to think again just how early we still are. Again, we are about to witness a $72 trillion opportunity. And in my opinion, again, not financial advice, I believe Casper had the potential to tap into this market with their massive incoming developments regarding smart contracts, the stablecoin adoption to follow that as well, enterprise adoption through the KII, and then the accelerated use of Casper once MEV resistance is introduced and also Dagnite comes out. We are early, and this document here is one of my alpha institutional documents that I have exclusively showed to my VIPs. This is from Rothschild & Co. Wealth Management. If you don't know the Rothschild family, then you need to know who they are because they effectively run our lives from the shadows. It was the famous quote of Baron Rothschild in the 18th century that stated, "The time to buy is when there's blood in the street." So effectively, if you believe and know what you hold, for me, I believe in Casper. When I saw this massive long liquidation that saw Casper come back down to 7.6 cents or so, give or take, I bought in this dip. I bought some there because I know what I hold. There was blood in the streets, so that was the time for me to buy. Circling back though, as we can see in this document here titled Shaping Tomorrow's Great Wealth Transfer. We scroll down a little bit. We can see this here from Dr. Carlos Magia. He states here in this document, the global financial landscape is undergoing a fundamental shift, driven by what is now referred to as the Great Wealth Transfer. Over the next 2 decades, approximately $84 trillion in assets will change hands, primarily from the baby boomers and the silent generation to millennials and Gen Z. A significant portion, approximately $72 trillion of this wealth will pass directly to the heirs, while the remaining $12 trillion is expected to go to philanthropic causes. This is very big, extremely bullish news for us crypto investors. Now, while many of us won't directly see this wealth, of course, the younger generation are not merely inheriting the wealth, they are redefining it. Their focus is shifting towards sustainability, digital finance, private markets, and impact-driven investments. I'd argue Casper is very impactful. Studies indicate that nearly 80% of heirs switch financial advisors upon receiving their inheritance, highlighting not just a shift in capital, but in strategy and trust. That's insane, and we should know the younger generation are looking intently into crypto as impact-driven investments. For me, Casper is the most unique asset in this market by a long shot. Fair launch, proof of work, truly fair launch. Proof of work that is scalable, secure, and decentralized, a trilemma solver while giving you true self-sovereignty. Casper is redefining finance, and don't you think these wealthy heirs would rather trust themselves with their own billions and trillions of wealth than to trust a centralized crypto company? Why would you trust somebody else with your money? So they come to Casper in the indefinite future, in my belief. This is why I am long on Casper and why I continue to research on what the future of the financial landscape will look like so I can adapt my investment strategies and stay ahead of the game. So if that interests you, you can come check out the VIP. We have a limited time offer. You can join for free for 7 days, or better still, you can join for free for a month. Should you sign up to BYDFI, no KYC, no VPN, regulated exchange. The affiliate links down below in the description. They're currently holding a Casper trading campaign, a chance to win up to $10,000 in Casper, or the campaign does end tomorrow, so time's running out. But all information provided in my free Discord server right here and also right here. So once again, if that interests you, want to find out more, come check out the links down below in the description, and I hope to see you there. Now, we also have another update here actually regarding Casper smart contracts. First and foremost, this one coming from Igra Labs. They're still cooking, expanding, onboarding more projects like KFC here, for example, Casper Finance, and they're working out the kinks in their testnet. And I'm sure we'll hear even more updates as time passes. But what I wanted to talk about actually was an update regarding their Caravel mainnet launch date. Shout out to Cody, a part of my free Discord server, or part of the server in general. Casper made an announcement about it, as we can see right here. Cody put the information in my feed server. Again, you come check out the feed server and we find information and put it in here as well. The announcement here from Casper, which states that there is a target timeframe for IGRA. They've mentioned Q4 2025 for closed group mainnet and Q1 2026 for public access. This was presented in Berlin. So if you didn't know about that, you now do. Mainnet launch for IGRA Labs will be coming out publicly in Q1 2026. Now, more information is good, always very, very good. But at the same time, I'm sure that some of you may be feeling a bit disappointed knowing the mainnet won't come out until next year, because many believe the cycle may be over by then. Well, this here is another Alpha Institutional document that I've exclusively showed to my VIPs from Signum Bank here. Monthly Investment Outlook, Investment Research, August 2025. This research suggests that with the global liquidity on the rise, with institutional adoption accelerating, with demand for treasury companies remaining strong, and streamlined US regulations in the works, likely to act as a major catalyst, they believe the cycle has further to go, and therefore the bearish predictions for 2026 are unjustified. So, should that be the case, then the IGRA Labs mainnet launch may actually come at the pinnacle of the bull run and send Casper even higher in value. Regulations will act as the next major catalyst. And there's one more as well coming out in November, which some of you may know if you don't. Again, my VIPs are already well aware of that. But regulations, again, being the big one here. And despite the recent delay and setback that with the proposed deadline of September 30th, Congress still believe the market structure legislation, the Clarity Act, will be approved and implemented before the end of the year, before Thanksgiving. So that's very big news, and more is to come. A $72 trillion wealth transfer is incoming. Do your research. As always, family, don't be emotional, be logical, keep locked in. Come check out the Free Discord community to learn a lot more, and I will see you all in the next one.